Hey, what's going on, everybody? I want to walk you through something I think is really cool. As somebody who's studied occlusion and mandibular motion, the things I'm learning in exocad and incorporating some of the CAD design stuff from my scanner software into exocad, it's just blowing my mind. Right now I'm diving into Medit's jaw motion video tracking and how you can bring that into exocad, as well as the face scanning technology. Clone 3D Dental Pro is just insane. It's only $150, and when you're doing reconstructions, getting that upper jaw positioned relative to the hinge axis is really important, especially when you're going to be redesigning cusps and fossas and trying not to have teeth collide into one another. While I definitely feel like the anterior determinants of occlusion are probably more important, more impactful, the posterior determinants, condyles, eminences, those things are not to be disregarded. So I'm going to walk you through this case where I did a clone face scan, mounting for a night guard. Night guards, you can look at them as practice, runs for full mouth equilibration or reconstruction. And so here we go. I'm going to start this video here. And you can see I've loaded my scans in exocad, and now I'm going to bring in the face scan. Now, you did this with an iPad. I think you can also use your iPhone, anything iOS, the clone software works with. So first thing I'm doing is just getting things oriented to be very similar. If you're familiar with working in exocad, it's like when you're going to, similar to when you're aligning two-dimensional photos to your three-dimensional scan, you're going to get things lined up to where they overlap. So first, I'm just getting, this is obviously myself, right? I'm just getting the teeth lined up, and I'm scaling the size. You can see I clicked on allow resizing. So the size is going to be very similar. It allows this overlay to be extremely close. So when I match things, now what I'm doing is, it's not 3-point matching, I'm actually going to do a 10-point matching. I'm picking 10 points. I did this, Mike DeFee at MOD has a great video on this, and it's a slightly different technique, but I'm borrowing a lot of the things he taught me. So then you're going to essentially highlight the areas that you want the software to key in on when you're doing this alignment. And then you can perform the alignment, double check it, and there we go. And the markings on my face there, right, are the infraorbital notch where the nerve is going to exit in the face, and approximate area of the hinge axis where I just opened, marked the middle of the depression. And those are really helpful. You can turn on your helper planes here, take the articulator out of the picture, and this is sped up at 2x speed, but I'm doing this also knowing that I'm recording it. So I actually make a couple mistakes on purpose, but you could go faster, especially when you've done this. I just got this software this weekend, done it a handful of times. So, you kind of bounce back and forth between the rotational center, Frankfurt horizontal. You can imagine camper's plane in your mind's eye here. And then of course you can also, I don't know if I do this in this video, but you can rotate to be looking straight down to confirm that the face is not rotated one way or the other, and it's going to be lined up in the articulator. So then now you have your true facebow mounting. I mean, this is no knobs to make errors on. To me, this is super fascinating. So I'm just going to walk through, and you can see I took my CR bite registration at around 2.5 millimeter posterior opening, so it'd be thick enough not to break. You can see I've walked through, I've got my centric stops everywhere. I'm just going to start to smooth flatten tool not to make my ramps too steep. I've adapted my static occlusion. Now I'm going to highlight those little occlusal stops because I don't want those to be taken away when I allow the virtual articulator to go into dynamic movements. So there you go. Look at that. It's ground in, lateral movements, also protrusive, and you can just come back in and just kind of smooth those out a little bit so it's not like rough and something that's going to like irritate someone's tongue or grab their attention. But I'm really excited about this splint here. And there we go. That's that. So I hope you enjoyed the video.